Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on January 23, 2018. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, so as usual, we will get started by taking a look at our Forex factory here. So the big thing that's going on right now, or I guess, going on, we can still call it going on right now, is the U.S. government shutdown. So the government was shut down over the weekend, and they have just passed a bill to reopen the government. So here, as you can see, it says bill to reopen government clears the Senate, heads to the House, and now they have actually they have cut deal to end government shutdown. So that was so that's what's going on at the moment. So we have so it looks like New Zealand dollar is going up. We'll take a look at the charts here. So that's the whole US drama is kind of playing out right now. In the long term, though, I don't really think it will have much of an impact on the market in the short term. Yes, but I think we have seen the situation before, and I don't think the markets will really get swayed too much by that. But overall, it is negative for the US dollar. So coming up, the bigger news that we will have today, or the more market moving one in terms of like impact to the Forex market, will be the Bank of Japan monetary policy, and their policy rate is not expected to change. They're still negative, but the policy statement will have an impact. And then we have press conference that is scheduled for 1:30 a.m. Eastern. So this will have an impact on the markets today. And then in the New York session here, we have public sector net borrowing and German ZEW economic sentiment. Both of these will have an impact on these currencies, but they are not as big market movers as the Bank of Japan press conference or the monetary policy statement will be. So that's those are the important news coming out. But other than that, we just have the yellow news after that. So in a light day in terms of news once we get past the Bank of Japan. So let's go on to the charts now. All right, so for the charts, we'll start off with Euro US dollar. So Euro is still in that range that it's sitting in. Now at this point, I'm gonna trade this as a range-bound move. I am looking for price to come down a little bit, but we have ECB coming up this week as well. And with the US situation there, US dollar overall has been very weak. Just from the beginning of this month here, we haven't seen, it started off okay, but it has been weak, and that's what's pushed everything else up against that. So right now I am looking for a range, and the range that I'm looking for, the top end of the range is 123.20 level. So I'm looking for price to test this level again. So if it stays below this level, there may be an opportunity to take a short there and look for a drop. Or if it breaks to the upside, then we may have price sort of doing one of these and then finally break out, and then there may be an opportunity for a long on the other side of that 123.20. But overall, though, Euro has been bullish, and right now it's just in that range. So we need to see where it will go. So I'm looking for a potential short at 123.20 and looking for it to move back towards 121.65 level back into the bottom there. But if there is a lot of pressure and if we get a triangle here, then we could see the price break to the upside. And so that will be the concern. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So this will likely play out in the New York session. So we'll see how that goes. Pound here is looking bullish right now. It's broken up. So this is the kind of behavior that I was talking about in terms of the British pound. So if you see the pound So if we see it start pushing into the resistance, we could get one of these. So for the British pound, the bias is to the upside. So I'm looking for price to drop back into this level, 1.3932, and there look for a long opportunity. So right now it is the bias is to the upside. And in terms of where we can look for our target, so the targets will be at 142.20 level to the upside. So it's looking bullish, where I'm looking for price to basically, so sorry, 141.80 will be the first target to the upside. Now that's quite far. There will be a closer target. Let's see if we can find a closer target here. So the closer target would be 1.4060. So 1.4060 will be the first target. So the move that I'm looking for is a pullback into the resistance turning support, and then looking for, if the price stays above 139.30 level, looking for price to move up higher. So the bias is certainly to the upside for British pound. Aussie here, this looks pretty good. So this is looking bullish as well, looking for price to move up higher. The target here would be 0.8120 level. And in terms of our pullbacks, it's kind of going sideways, hasn't really done much. It's a bit of a compressed move. So in this case, it could come all the way down here, 0.7980, and then we could see a bounce from there. I'd be looking for this type of a move because bias is to the upside. So just looking for price to pull back and then move up higher. So Aussie dollar is bullish. New Zealand dollar here, New Zealand dollar is bullish as well. So here it's pushing against the resistance, and this is the type of move. So we have a triangle that's pushing upwards here. So that looks bullish. So basically with this one, we're looking for price to break to the other side of this 73.35-ish area, and then looking for a further move to the upside. So in terms of our interim target here, so the first target will be 0.7392 level. So back into here, so about 74.00. That will be the target to the upside. So here we do need to see a break first before going long. And once price breaks out and stays on the other side, that will be a good point to take a long. But other than that, we have to wait for it to give us the signal. Right now, it's a little bit early. Dollar CAD here, dollar CAD is looking bearish. So we are pushing lower over here, bearish close for the day. And now we're looking for price to drop. And the target here would be 1.2360 level. So as long as price stays below 125.20, I'm looking for price to drop lower because we have seen a drop, consolidation, and then I'm looking for a test of the bottom, 123.62, and then we could see a continuation move to the downside. But for now, it is looking for a drop and target 123.60 level. Euro Swiss franc, we still have that trend line in place here. So with this one, looking for price to, let me just go to the weekly here. Okay. So with this one, looking for the price to push up higher. So we are pushing into the high here. So looking for price to go to 1.1827 level. So that will be the target to the upside. So Euro Swiss franc is looking bullish. Pound Swiss franc looking bullish as well. We have had this big move to the upside, and now we are at that resistance level. So in this case, the bias is to the upside, but we could see a pullback before the price continues higher. So right now, so we've seen a big move here. So that's a huge move to the upside. A couple of scenarios here will be, first one will be pullback into the pivot point, which is at 1.3400 or 3410 level, and then a further move to the upside, or we could see price drop all the way into our S1 level, which is 133 about 60-ish level. but I think a shallower pullback into the pivot point is probably more likely than a deeper pullback. So right into this 1.3400 and then a move back higher. So 134.70 or 134.80 will be the target. So looking for a pullback here and then a further move to the upside. So pound Swiss franc looking very bullish. Dollar Swiss franc here, it is right now, it's kind of sitting low. So we've seen a drop and now it's consolidating, sorry, which means that price could drop further. So with this one, I'm looking for a drop and I'm looking for price to go back down here. So the first target would be the bottom, which is 0.9580 level. And here we'll have to see how price reacts at this level. But for now, this looks bearish and looking for price to drop into 0.9580 level. Pound CAD is looking bullish. Everything for the British pound is looking bullish at the moment. So our target is 1.7465 level, looking for a pullback into 73.40 here, and then a further move to the upside. So looking for this type of a pullback and price to hold this level, which is 1.7340 level, and then a further move to the upside. So British pound has been very, very bullish at the moment. Pound yen here, this is looking bullish as well. With this one, for our daily, we have seen a break to the upside. So all the pound crosses seem to have broken to the upside here. So now we're looking for a pullback. And I think we need to go back out a bit. And our target would be 155.80. So this is looking bullish. That's our target right there. Again, in this one, just like the other British crosses, I'm looking for that type of a move. We have already seen a breakout, looking for price to hold above that level. This resistance, I'm looking for this resistance to turn into support here, and then looking for price to stay above that. So pound yen is looking bullish as well. Euro yen is sideways as well, just like our euro dollar here. Price is just going sideways. So I'm expecting price to do more of sideways move, but overall it is slightly pushing higher. So with this one, so I would say bullish to neutral would be the bias for euro yen. We could see the price go up higher into 136.70 level, which is the top of this pin. So the bias will be bullish to neutral. Aussie yen here, this is looking bullish as well. We are into resistance though, so that's something we'll have to keep in mind. But we could see a break here. So if it breaks above, the next target that we have is 89.60 level. So up here, so in this case, just like the other breakouts that we are waiting for, we need to see a break, pull back, and then a further move to the upside. So 89.60 will be the target. So just looking for a break and then a further move up. Dollar yen here, dollar yen is looking bullish, looking for price to push up further. But we do have this pin on the top here, so which gives it a bit of a neutral bias as well. So I would say bullish to neutral, looking for price to pull up higher. So if the rest of the yen crosses start pushing up, we could see this one push up as well. So do keep in mind we have the monetary policy statement coming for the yen. So at this point, I would not be comfortable trading the yen crosses till after the monetary policy statement, because it could shift completely depending on what they have to say. But in terms of this, the bias looks like it wants to go higher right now. Last one here, CAD yen, again with CAD yen as well, a bullish close. So I'm looking for price to move up higher into the top of the range. Price has stayed in this range for a while. So 89.60 will be the target to the upside, just looking for price to go up there and test that. But like I said, yen cross is probably not the best trades to be in at this moment. So it's best to wait till after the monetary policy statement. So London session, we could see some moves for the yen crosses.
So we'll keep that in mind. That's all I have. Any questions or anything to add? Okay, if not, we'll call it a wrap. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I will see you in the London session bright and early at 3 a.m.